Well, a wonderful Thursday evening to everybody out there in viewer land. Welcome to the Dirt Racing Network and the Digital Sim Sports Network and our live coverage of the RedDriver Mighty Midget Series, round one of the 2024 D season. We're going to kick things off at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks, Lucas Oil Speedway, Wheatland, Missouri. 14 little car drivers. They do not like to be called midget drivers because that sounds, well, bad. Little car drivers out here mixing it up. All the old familiar faces. I'm not seeing a couple here. I do not see Cody Parmley. I do not see Brennan Rogers either. So, interestingly enough, a little bit of quick history about this series at this track. We have visited here 9 times. The most recent was back in April of this year, where Bo Brandon swept both races the last time we visited this facility. Craig Siltby, Dalton Schrum each have 2 wins at Lucas Oil. And Ryan Hodge won in his very first and only appearance here. So, a lot of fun. If Parmley was here, he'd be hot shoe tonight. He is currently not. Track record 14.46 seconds by Bo Brandon, December last year. And we will be at Cedar Lake for the next round of this series. Heat number 1 already gridding out on the front stretch for us. Looks like we're going to have 2 heats tonight in round number 1. It's going to be the 71 of Josh Gerlach on the pole to get things kicked off for 2024D, and he'll have Rylan Gray back in action with the Mighty Midgets on his outside. Manning Urish, new driver in the series in the 25 car. He starts row 2 to the inside next to the 93 of Reed Brochart. James Gray in the 76. He's got the 3rd row inside spot next to DSSN driver Garrett Boyd in the 21. And Shotgun Charlie, heat number 1. That's going to be Mike Gebhardt. So we'll get them already ready to go for heat number 1. They're going to kick the green flag out right here when they come out of turn 4. Josh Gerlach back in black. Josh Gerlach.
Green, green, green.
And I didn't think the car was going to go at first. He turned the tires to the left and punched the throttle. It lifted the front end up, and I thought the car was just going to go in a straight line to the wall, but he's able to get it going. He looks to lead lap 1 here. Irish on the bottom trying to grab second away from Rylan Gray. Rylan Gray, a regular driver out in the real world. We see Rylan quite a bit. Ooh, a little contact between Brochart and Urish. And more contact, and there goes Reed Brochart off into the weeds. Watch the boys get through 1 and 2 here down the backstretch. They are side by side for your lead. Gray's got a bigger run off the top of 3 and 4. New leader in heat 1. That's going to be Rylan Gray. He'll take it away from Gerlach. Urish 3rd. Boyd is 4th. Gebhardt, Gray, Brochart off track in that 7th spot. We're coming around to make it halfway. Crossed flags. 4 down, 4 to go. Rylan Gray starting to drive away. Almost clipped that tire getting down there into turn number 1 the last time. But he's starting to stretch it out. He's out to about 0.4 of a second now. Gerlach has moved to the top side. Not quite to the fluff, but he is not far from it. This time right rear goes in the fluff, and you can see the car really rotated hard right there. Those marbles still rolling around on top of that surface. Still 0.4 of a second. First to second, and about that from second to third. There's a pretty good gap back to Garrett Boyd as we're under the white flag for heat number 1. Good evening, Mr. Vinny. I am waiting on a couple more people to turn me in a shirt size for some sponsorship stuff, and I am going to get them shirt orders turned in very soon. White flag out. Oh, Rylan Gray with a problem. Oh, no. Checkered flag. It still shows me the white flag. Now it's swapped. Woo. Man, I thought Rylan Gray stepped on it right there. So it's Gray, Gerlach, Urish, Boyd, Gebhardt, and Gray in that order. I think top 2 or top 3 are going to go straight to that redraw tonight. I'll have to ask upstairs. But we'll get ready for Heat 2. It's going to be the 38 of Billy Barros on the pole. Next to the 00 of Don Runkle. Runkle, long absence in the series, now returns. Bobby Yankee, 28 car, row 2 to the inside with Wayne Anelski in the 13 on his outside. And row 3 sees David Krikorian in the 66. And the Kiwi Conqueror, Craig Silby, in that 7 machine on his outside. And then Steven Spiess in the 7th and final starting spot. There's Billy Barros, Don Runkle, Bobby Yankee, Wayne Anelski, David Krikorian. Craig Silby in blue tonight. Has been in green for a while, but he is in blue. Sporting the Digital Sim Sports Network decals on the side of that car. And there's a 66 of a Krikorian. And Steven Spiess in that 55 machine on the back. We're going to go green this time out of 4. Second heat. Final heat of session number 1. I think the top 2 or top 3 are going into that dash, that little 6-lap dash that we're going to have here momentarily. But there's Don Runkle. Runkle sporting some new paint here. We have not seen him in that Phillips 66 livery. Krikorian went for a big ride right there. He got that car super sideways. Got down in there and hit a bump. And it did not agree with the car. Barros has the lead. Yankee second. Runkle, Anelski. Then Silby's picked up a couple of spots. Track's still very heavy. And they're going to have to let these guys run a little bit of the warm-up session if they're going to spread this out and give us 2 lanes of racing, I think. Try to iron it down. 13 car Anelski. He is right on the back end of Don Runkle right there. And he's got company because Silby is closing in on him. Surprised we're not seeing the 7 car right down against those tires on the inside. That's where he normally likes to run. Oh, out of shape was Runkle. He's going to open the door, and Anelski will go by, and he just barely kept from taking the front end off the 7 of Silby. You can see how far Craig had to fall back. He's back in a battle with Krikorian and Spiess now. We'll come around. It's 3 laps to go. Firmly in control, the 38 of Billy Barros. Yankee moved to second early, and he has stayed right there. It stayed about a half a second. Anelski, little ways back. Whoa, Steven Spiess with a big slide out of 2, and he clipped the outside fence. He got into David Krikorian. I think he's going to be able to finish the car heavily damaged, though. As under the white flag, Billy Barros out of 4. He'll win it. Yankee second, Anelski third, Silby fourth. Runkle, Krikorian, and Spiess. And Spiess fighting a nil-handling car after the big whoop-de-doo off of turn 2 a few seconds ago. So heat racing action is over. We will find out what so yeah, they're going to run a little extra time off here in the warm-up session to give these guys a chance to work this track down just a little bit. We'll try to watch a couple of these guys. We're going to go down here. We're going to get a look at with 21. He's got a couple new decals on there. I saw that red and white decal on the front of the car there. Red, white, and blue. Old G-Body Garrett Boyd. New driver in this series right here in this green and white machine. Have not seen that name in this series before, and I've been here, well, pretty much since the inception. Oh, little contact there, and now that was Josh Gerlach that kind of went for an ugly ride right there. Rylan Gray back in action. Good to see Rylan. I know he has been missing the last couple of seasons because he has been out in the real world getting it done. Got him some feature wins this year, and looks like he is on the right track. See if Ryland comes in and maybe picks up a win. You know, Bo Brandon is not here. Brandon Rogers is not here. Cody Parmley is not here. Jay Schaff is not here. And we're missing 4 or 5 super fast cars. Strangely enough. So we'll see who kicks off the season. You know, when the defending champ is not at the first race of the next season, I don't know. I got to figure out where he's going. Maybe he fell asleep. So we did get our redraw. He's going to come back in style. Driver in the 87 car, Ryland Gray, will have the pole. Billy Barros will join him on the front row. And then Bobby Yankee and that guy right there, Josh Gerlach, row 2 for our feature. Do not forget about show number 2 immediately following this one. A little different format. Qualifying. First order of business, top 5 get locked into the feature, and then everybody else goes through the last chance qualifier. You can improve your starting spot, but the winner gets to join the redraw and has a shot to come from basically the B main and get the pole for the feature. And then we'll get back out here for 30 laps. Safari at Cape Ware. Said he was going to miss some races. I don't remember him telling me the beginning of the season, but it makes sense. He said he was going to miss a couple of weeks. So are they in Africa on safari, or are they in, you know, well, in Australia they call it walkabout or whatever. I don't know. We love our Australians, we love our New Zealanders, but they have some weird terms for some simple things. I'm sure they say the same about us. I have no doubts. Appreciate everybody being here. Hope you enjoyed the show. I don't know if any of you tuned in last night. How'd you like the truck race and the one new unique thing that we did, which I don't know if we'll be able to implement it for every race, but that flyover was pretty cool. Cape Town, South Africa. Okay. Getting ready to advance the session. We are about to go feature racing for feature number 1. Let's get ready to look at our starting lineup. I'll tell you what. I think they got it all. Oh, they're going to swap spots there in row 2. Ryland Gray and Billy Barros are on the front row just as they are. And then Gerlach and Yankee will swap spots. They will move left, right. Gerlach to the outside, Yankee to the inside. Everybody behind that's going to stay the same. Urish and Danelski, row 3. Boyd and Silby, row 4. Gebhardt and Runkle, row 5. Gray and Krikorian in row 6. And our final row, Brochart and Spies. .30 laps. The first 2 laps, we'll get the swippity swaps done, and then we actually let the pole sitter officially start us at the end of lap number 2. So they'll get rid of the pace truck right here. Everybody stay single file for the first 3 lap and a quarter or so of this after the green flag falls, which should, well, I thought it would come right here. I guess it's not. It'll come out next time, but they'll get everybody lined up where they're supposed to be. Make sure that nobody's going to get a black flag. Then our pole sitter gets us started, and we do 30 green flag laps. So we'll keep them pacing. Once we have our top 3 interviews at the end of this, we will swap servers. I will not shut the broadcast down. We'll swap servers. We got a little Mighty Midget video that we're going to let loop a little bit while we swap servers. We'll throw a little soundtrack over it. And once we're in that server, these guys will get to it pretty quick. Qualifying B-main feature. So after they cross start finish line this time, we will start to double the cars up. Next time we come out of 4, we'll be under the green flag. Who will start the 2024 season off with a win, and can they catapult themselves into sweeping the night, which will put them on the hot shoe for next week? We're about to get going here. RedDriver Mighty Midget Series 2024 D season first feature. And we're under the green flag. Gray going to get a good start here. Yankee's going to fight on the bottom to keep second. Barros tried to go and stay on the top shelf there, and he's going to do it in 3 and 4. It looks like, oh, they're going to have a little contact. Everybody safe and sound. That could have been really nasty at the end of lap number 1. We got one around. I think that's Craig Silby. Went around and around. Well, let's go down here. Let's get close and see what happens to Craig. Threading the needle between Boyd and Anelski. Oh, contact in front. He got down there. Oh, and he got into the back of the 21. I think the 21 reacted to what was going on in front of him. And I think he slowed down just a little bit because Gerlach got a little sideways right before the entry to turn 1. I think Boyd kind of reacted to that, and Silby didn't see it in time and got into the push bar, and it upset Silby's car. He spun it around, flipped it over. Quickie cautions. They get them gathered up as long as everybody's where they're supposed to be and still running. We go right back to the green flag. So Rylan Gray going to get us restarted here, beginning, I think, of lap number 4. Because that was only like lap 2 or 3 right there. We'll see if it resets. It says we're starting lap 5. I have a hard time believing that. Oh, Urish got it way out of shape. He got a lot of people to thank for not running him over now. He got that car sideways, clipped that tire down there in 1 and 2. Got the car sideways, and I think Boyd missed him. I think, Bobby Yankee? Did Bobby Yankee just pull a... I think he just flipped it off the track in turn 2. Oh, no, he found the right rear of Barros' car. Okay. That's making a whole lot more sense to me. I thought he just went up there in the car and just flipped up and over on him. I didn't see that he touched the right rear on Barros' car. Austin Motley, why are you not out here racing? You're another one that I left out of my list. There's 2 or 3 others. We should have about 20 cars in here. I know some of you can't see it, but Austin's over on Facebook, and he chimed up in the chat. I want to know why he hasn't got that machine out here racing it around with these boys. Looks like we're about to go back to green flag racing.
Green flag, green
A little bit of a rough start. here for the 2024 D season. A couple of quick cautions. We're not even 7 laps into this thing. Gray, Barros, and Nelski were watching Josh Gerlach in fourth. He had a little pressure from Urish. It just didn't materialize. Urish went to the bottom, not able to pull alongside that modified cut down line that Gerlach is running. He goes in high, gets to the center of the corner, and then lets the car kind of come down. Who's on a charge right now? Mike Gebert charging up through the field. He's picked up 4 or 5 positions now, and he's up inside the top 5. 81 car. Really looking pretty smooth tonight. He's bringing Steven Spieth with him. Go back. Don Runkle is in a battle with Craig Silby, and that battle should be about over. Silby just flew by right there, and Silby's going to go to work. A couple of laps down, go to work on the 93 car. It's all Ryland Gray right now. He is way out in front of this thing. 3/4 of a second. Everybody else pretty close. We're talking about 2, 3, 4 tenths. Really tight. But he has doubled it up on everybody. Oh, Anelski got to the left rear corner of Barros' car, and that little tap right there really hurt his momentum. And he is going to lose 7 or 8 car lengths, and he's going to get into a battle with Josh Gerlach for just a moment. Track looks like no one knows where the line is for sure right now. Cars up wide, cars down low. Nobody's able to gain right now. David Krikorin, a 3-wide battle. Brochart's on the bottom, the lap car of Silby. Spieth comes back on the track. He slid off the top of 2, right in the middle of that, and everybody had to scatter. Cars going everywhere. Yeah, I heard that. Look down, and sure enough, 00 car. Out of 4. He and the 21 get together, and then he spins around, and then he's going to get going again. I thought he got clobbered. He did not. They barely missed him. So 3 cautions in the first half. Of the feature. Everybody's going to get them bunched up. Give us another restart right here. Ryland Gray builds a big lead and then evaporates it. And for a single time, oh, Josh Gerlach got a bad start. He tried to time it. I think he missed it by just a twitch. And he had to really pedal the car and steer it to the bottom to keep from running over Anelski. And I thought he was going to go around for a second down there in turn 4 on that restart. But he's able to gather it up and hang on to 4th right in front of Gebert. The battle behind that's becoming a good one. Urish side by side with Spieth. They're side by side behind that. That's Reed Brochard on the top, Garrett Boyd on the bottom. They're doing this as the battle in front of them looks like it is over, at least for a moment. And David Krikorian's coming in. Spieth got up on the flat. Slowed the car down a little bit. Brochard had room to cut low, and he did. Picks himself up a spot. Now that battle in front goes side by side again. Urish takes the spot away from Gebert. Best racing is right back here in the middle of this pack. Steven Spieth stuck in the middle of the track. Every time he goes down into the corner, somebody shows up on the bottom. And every time he comes out of the corner, he's right beside Gebert. Ryland Gray not able to get as far away from Billy Barros this time. Now starts to build the lead as Barrows went slider line, and I don't know if that's the way you're supposed to go or not, but looks like he's losing ground quickly. Gray is just running the top. Lap time's very, very smooth. Very consistent. Last 3 laps in a row, 15.35 for the 87 car. Come out of 4 again. Caution once again. Bobby Yonke, I think, this time. Got up, got it on the flat. Oh, and then he overcorrected it coming back, and he and Krikorian make contact. And he is lucky he didn't get blasted by James Gray right there. Gray, a name I haven't seen in the series, and if I have, it's been a very long time. I do not remember him, but the 76 car, that yellow Toyota racing machine. In action, we're going to have 9 laps this time. Caution number 4. Oh, sounds good, buddy. Back to green flag racing. Once again, Riley Gray with a great start. Billy Barrows is going to grab second. Josh Gerlach made a move right there in 1 and 2. Puts himself on the podium for the moment. And Elski right behind, and now Manning Urish in the 5th spot. And he's going to go after an Elski out of 2, and Elski cuts down, goes top to bottom, and takes the spot back. Big bomb coming in from Gebert, and he really had to get on the binders because Steven Spieth was way off the pace right there. They're 3 wide out of 2. This is a battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. And Nelski went high side and was able to take all the positions back. Now loses a spot to Brochart. 4 to go this time out of turn number 4. Top 3 very tight. Coming back together now, the top 3 are. Barros is hanging on right there, right in the shadow of the 87. Step for step. 0.3 of a second. The tiniest slip from Gray, and Barros will be right there to jump on him. 2 to go this time by. These 3 have distanced themselves almost a second in front of the rest of the field. Brochart, Urish, Spieth, and Nelski, Geppert, Krikorian, Boyd, all the way back through 10th. The white flag coming out this time, and now the gap's starting to open up. Rylan Gray out in front, completely in control. Started on the pole. He led all 30 laps. And Rylan Gray will open up the 2024D season by winning feature number 1 at Lucas Oil. Barros, Gerlach, top 3. Brochart and Urish, 4 and 5. We will wait for Mr. Gray to show up, but in the meantime, get the driver of the 71 in here, Josh Gerlach. You there, buddy?
I am, Roger. How we doing?
Doing pretty good. Pretty good run. But this track's tough enough. It looked like, honestly, to me, there was no clear-cut line to run on this thing for almost that whole feature.
Yeah, for, at least from my seat, it felt like you could kind of make speed in a couple different lines. I know that for a while there, the guys up front were just ripping the top, and I tried to do a little cut-down line for a little while. Didn't quite have the courage to just run the Bo Brandon line and hug the tires, but that seemed like it probably was going to work too. But it was fun racing out there.
Yeah, like I said, it looked to us like, man, it really wasn't a definite one line was way better than the others, or there was just no line out there from up here because nobody was able to do a whole lot of passing. The guy in front of you really had to make a mistake. So that's either a really, really good track or a really weird track. I wasn't sure which.
Yeah, maybe both, to be honest with you. It did wear in a little bit weird there at the beginning, but I felt like if we had maybe, a handful more cars or something, or maybe a little bit more time to burn it in, we probably would have had a couple more just distinct lines. But overall, it was fun in the seat. I wish I could have had a chance at Billy there or Rylan even when they were mixing it up, but just didn't pan out that way.
Yeah, just offhand, I counted about 6 drivers that are missing. We know where one of those is, but some of the faster guys just not here tonight. Any rhyme or reason for that?
Yeah, I know, like Bo's actually out of the country, so I think we're going to miss him for a couple weeks. Brandon, I think, was also out, and then a couple other of our regulars that just couldn't make it tonight. So I think we'll be upper teens for hopefully for the rest of the season. And yeah, we still got some fast guys here, Roger. We're no
Oh,
slouches
yeah.
here.
Oh, no slouches. I just said some of the other guys were missing. So, all right, man. Well, show 1 is in the books. 2024D started off what looked like it might be a little rough, and then that last half really took off. Give us some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go start figuring out what you're going to do in session 2.
Yeah, I think we'll be a little bit cleaner in that second one. We do have some brand new guys here, so it usually takes a race or two to kind of mess with the guys that are used to running around each other. But first off, just want to thank RedDriver Marketing Solutions for being the title sponsor again this season for the Mighty Midgets. Follow at RedDriver Marketing on the social medias for that. Otherwise, want to thank everybody that shows up each and every week for us here. Netcode brand, alwaysraceday.com, and Victory Fuel. Use code NETCODE at checkout for 10% off your order.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Good luck in session 2.
Thank you, Roger.
That is Josh Gerlach finishing in 3rd, and Jay Church, I see you in the chat, buddy. Nothing but love, brother. Good to have you in here. Billy Barros, man, you chased him hard. Just going to come up 1 spot short.
Yeah, hey Roger, good talking with you again. Feels good being on the podium a couple weeks in a row here, so not complaining about that. Yeah, good run. I thought I had a shot at Rylan there. Thought he gave it away at the end, but no, he was just too quick, too consistent. Nothing I could do about it.
Yeah, I said it to Josh a minute ago, man. This track just looked really weird to me tonight. Like there was no definitive line that was super good. Everything looked to me a little glazed over.
A little bit, but I kind of like these track states personally, and it seemed like you could really find grip anywhere and make just about any line work, at least from what I was trying to catch up and watching Rylan in front of me just go other places and make it fast. So no complaints here. I thought it was a pretty good night.
Well, it's a heck of a way to start things off for sure with a handful of guys, gone. This field's still very, very challenging.
Oh, very much so. And I don't know if I owe an apology to Bobby. If I do, sorry about that, man. I think I fed him a right rear, but I thought I was clear, and maybe I just didn't give him time to react or something. And I think I sent him off the top of the track, but you can't see much out of these things either. So I feel bad about that one.
Yeah, well, in all fairness, you kind of were there. He kind of tried to go in that little sliver that was up there, I think, and he touched your right rear. It was racing.
Gotcha.
Game. So give me some shouts, some thank yous. We'll let you get out of here, man.
Sure thing. Thank you as always, Roger. I appreciate what you do here so much. DRN and yeah, love going back and watching the stream. It's awesome. Thanks to Josh and Robert for putting this whole league together. They make it such a fun place to race every week. Thanks to RedDriver Marketing Solutions for very generously sponsoring the series for another season. And thank you to Tommy Brandon and School of Sim Racing for donating setups for the season too. This should be a lot of fun.
Outstanding. Love to hear that guy's name because he does a lot for the community. So thanks for shouting him out. Good luck in session 2, man. Hopefully we get to talk to you at the end of that one.
That sounds good. Hopefully see you next time.
Billy Barros finishing in 2nd, and now he comes back. It's been a minute since he's been with the Mighty Midgets, but he's triumphant in his return. Rylan Gray, it's been a while since I talked to you. I know you were doing some stuff out in the real world racing. You come back in here and just old hat, straight to the front and away you go.
Yeah, it's good to be back. It's good to talk to you again, Roger. And I've been seeing a lot of publicity with this series, and it's been really good. And I actually watched the race you guys had at Peevely, and the competition's gotten a lot better, as you could see out in that race. I mean, yes, we still won, but it's exciting to see these guys get better and better. And I'm ready to compete with them every weekend now since the season's about to die at IRL.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say you're not quite done racing yet, but are you going to be able to make all 10 races for this season?
I should be. As long as I don't have any plans in November, which right now it does not look like it, I should be able to make it every Thursday.
That's awesome to hear, man. You're definitely going to come run show number 2 and see if you can make it a clean sweep?
Yeah, yes.
All right, man, well, give me a couple shout-outs before I let you head for that session because I know they're kicking that thing off, and we want to get you a lot of practice in there.
Just Majula Say Speed Shop. Those guys do a great job over there, and the midget department's been really well, even though there's not much publicity over there with them, but we've definitely figured something out. And just all my buddies, James Turnbull, we've been racing and tuning him up, and he isn't here to make it this week, but he'll be here running full-time as well.
All right, man. Well, congrats on winning session number 1. We'll see what you can do in session number 2. Maybe it's time to break out a broom.
Yep, thank you.
That is Rylan Gray picking up the win real quickly. We are going to look at the official results. Gray, Barros, and Gerlach, 1, 2, 3. Brochet in 4th. Newcomer Urish finishes 5th, and he was pretty strong all night long. Stayed up there pretty well. Steven Spies, 6th place. Wayne Anelski, 7th. 8th was David Krikorian. Mike Gebhardt in 9th. Garrett Boyd, 10th. Don Runkle was 11th. 12th went to James Gray. Craig Silby in 13th, and Bobby Yonke rounded things out. We'll get ready to head over to session number 2 here. We've got something new. If I can find it. Yeah, there it is. We are going to let you guys sit and watch this. We're going to play a little bit of music. And when we come back, session number 2, totally different than session number 1, but we'll be back here in about 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Red control scoring has ended.
Another Saturday, drinking through my salary. Half cigarette burning in the ashtray. It goes up in smoke like you and me. And not the thing that it used to be. I saw you out again, posting stories with your friend. Well, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that late night last call. It might have been the full moon shining in the night sky. And it might have been our song playing on the radio station when you turn it down. All those melodies were bringing back the memories. Your kiss on my lips told me why you missed me. Must have been something in the whiskey. I probably shouldn't keep holding on to you and me. You probably shouldn't be riding in my Chevy seat. Sliding closer, coming over for a couple drinks. Same thing that we did last week. You take my hand in yours, pull me through the bedroom door. Here we go again, jumping back in like last time. And I don't know why, but it might have been a full moon shining in the night sky. Well, it might have been our song playing on the radio station when you turned it down. And all those melodies were bringing back the memories. Your kiss on my lips told me why you missed me. It must have been something in the whiskey. You say that we won't do this again, but you'll pick up your phone and call me again. Whenever there's a full moon shining in the night sky, when you hear our song playing on the radio station and you turn it down, all of those melodies start bringing back memories. But your kiss on my lips told me why you missed me. Must have been something in the whiskey. Must have been something in the whiskey.
All right, we made it to session 2. Jay Church, to answer that question, I believe that's Austin Motley's car with those shiny green spinners. No, Tiny Dancer does not do the midgets. I think he's scared of midgets. I forget what phobia that is, but I think he's scared of midgets. He has been racing with us Monday nights now because our new series started up on Mondays, and he has been in with us there. So that is why she heard his name. I'm just happy that she pays attention and listens for that. Right now we're watching Craig Silby. He did not have a good first show. He said he's going to be back. He said he's been taking care of the newborn, and he's hoping to be back around December, which would be great because in December, Dirt Slingers Racing League, School of Sim Racing, and Hoosier Open Wheel Series, along with a couple of others, Netcode Esports, all putting together 4 nights of racing. 3 different classes, preliminary nights for each class, and then the big finale with all the classes brought together. The Triple Crown Showdown, December 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 6th. You want to get involved, keep your eyes on Dirt Slingers Racing League on Facebook. Registrations will go live before too long, probably within the next couple of weeks, once all the details have been worked out. We are working, looking for sponsors to throw in some prizes, some cash, whatever they want to do. Try to add to the pool. We're getting some really unique hardware put together for these things. We did this a couple years ago. It was such a hit, and we were really sad we didn't get to do it last year because just timing was terrible for everybody. But we have decided that we are going to do it the first week of December, and hopefully, like last time, we'll get somewhere between 18 and 20 cars per class and make a super show out of it like we did the last time. That was so much fun. Everybody enjoyed it, so we're hoping we get everybody back. But it's going to be 360 wing sprint cars on the 2nd, big block modifieds on the 3rd, midgets on the 4th, and then everybody comes together. If you're in the top 20 to each of your prelim nights, they come together on the 6th, and it is a big, long, it's just like going to your local dirt track. You're going to see 3 classes of cars. They're going to come out and do heat races. They're going to do some warm-up, and then we're going to run features off for each and every one in succession. It's going to be a lot of fun. Sundays and Tuesdays, hey, it's all good. We don't care what nights you watch, as long as you watch, and when you're watching, make sure that you shout out in the chat. We're always live, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. Twitch, Trovo, and YouTube. Subscribe. You'll know when we go live. If you're with us over on Facebook, like, share, follow. Tell everybody we're watching the best racing on the iRacing service and the internet right now. Be sure to click the link on the Facebook page and go check out the new swag. We've got t-shirts, folks. You can order them yourself. Use that code DRN10. Get your discount at checkout, but they have multiple colors of them, which I think is amazing because we used to only have gray and black, and now we get to have multiple colors. You can pick your color, pick your size, and it ships direct to you. No middleman. So very cool. If you want DRN merchandise swag, grab you some. It is qualifying time for session number 2. I think they have had enough practice. I don't know. It was on them. So we'll get ready. Then we'll roll out. We can't do it one. I wish we did one at a time like we did the other night. A lot of drivers headed out. Billy Barros is headed out on track. Rylan Gray is headed out on track. And we're going to flick back and forth watching these two guys. They're not that far apart. Barros just started his lap, and Gray is already down 3 and 4. He's going to be the first one to complete, I believe. Ryland Gray across the line, 15:07. Oh, man, I lost it. Yeah, Billy Barros jumped to the top at 15:03. James Gray now gets bumped by Brochard. So does Ryland Gray. Ryland Gray got bumped down. Don Runkle is on the bubble. Ryland Gray, same as Barros. Barros slowed down a little bit, so his 15:03 will be. There's Wayne Anelski goes to the top. Wayne Anelski trying to lock himself in. Greg Silby on track. Silby's going to go through the B main. I can just tell when he's putting around that slow, he wants to pass cars. He wants to even start deep in that B main tonight. Krikorian, 14:97, only driver under 15. Gerlach goes third quick. Krikorian, Anelski, Gerlach, Barlos, and Ryland Gray on the bubble with a couple of drivers to go here. Gebhardt having a problem. Something amiss with the 81 car. I don't know what happened to him right there. Looked like he went down into 3 and 4, and the car just kind of laid over a little bit. But we'll get him out here. Get him around on this. I'll see what he can do. He's got to go faster than 15:04 if he is going to lock himself into the AMA through qualifying. And his lap time coming around 15:45, 11th quick. I told you Silby was wanting to be in the B main. He's wanting to try to pass cars. He went out there and just rolled around. So Krikorian, Anelski, Gerlach, Barlos, and Ryland Gray locked into the A main. We're going to see everybody else on that list in the LCQ. Whoever wins from the LCQ will join those 5 drivers in the redraw, and they will have a shot to draw for pole position in the second feature tonight. I don't know if we confirmed this already this week or not, but not this Sunday. This Sunday is only Mars, but on Sundays following that, for the rest of 2024, you will see Mars first and Aces Up Sim Sports and their 410 Pro Qualifier Practice League. It's really just a series, but all the pro drivers can be in there running the same tracks that they're trying to run for the pro qualifiers, so it's going to give them extra practice. It's a pretty cool deal. But they're going to be the late show on Sundays. We're going to have 8 shows in 5 days, guys, so it's going to get hectic around here. Let's get ready for the LCQ tonight. The 93 of Reed Brochard on the pole. Bobby Yonke in the 28 starts on his outside. Steven Spiess in the 55, a row 2 to the inside next to newcomer Manning Irish. And then a third row, Garrett Boyd inside, Mike Gebhardt outside. That's a 2181. 00 Don Runkle, row 4 to the inside next to newcomer James Gray in the 76. And Craig Silby, the Kiwi Conquer. He is going to see if he can conquer this B main field from the back. It's 12 laps. Winner gets in the redraw. Everybody else, where they finish is where they will start from row 4 on back in tonight's 30-lap A main. But the first actual racing on the track for Session 2 is underway. Brochard got a good start. Spiess had a very auspicious start right there. That car jumped around on him a little bit. He is going to fall back all the way to 4th. And he is going to try to hang on in between Urish and Boyd. Boyd has company with Gebhardt right there already. Gebhardt trying to run the top. Here comes Craig Silby. Silby trying to charge through the pack. Likes to pass cars, that guy does. Unless the pay window's about to be open, and then I don't think he minds starting out front. But when we're just in the preliminary races, heat races, he don't mind starting at the back and trying to race through the field. He just enjoys passing cars. I want him to have to pass me when I'm out there racing. I don't want to try to have to pass people. They make it hard. Gets around Boyd, move him to 6th. Brochard has the lead, but he don't have a big lead. Bobby Yonke put the right rear up on the flat spot. on the top of turn 2, and it really did break his momentum. I thought Urish was going to go by, but he was not able to capitalize on the mistake. Gets a good run there. Man, I'll tell you what, if he could just get that car to run down the hill a little bit right there, he might be able to beat him down to turn 3. Maybe throw that big slider on him. Halfway done. Brochart, 9/10 of a second in front of this 3-car battle right here. That is Steven Spieth back there in the 55. In the 4th spot, trying to work on Urish. I was looking behind that because Silby to 5th, and he's closing. He is the fastest guy on the track. He and the leader, fastest 2 cars. Brochard up in the fluff out of 2. Didn't lose but about 1/10 of a second waiting for that car to settle. We're down to 3 to go already. And Reed Brochard kind of has this thing in hand. Urish went for weird line right there. I thought he was about to go for a ride up through turn 3 and 4. He did not. He had the car squared away and back up underneath him before Spieth got there. I thought that looked like kind of a wonky line. Lost some ground too. Bobby Yankee, but he's going to hang on to 3rd. White flag's in the air. Brochart's going to get into the redraw. Bobby Yankee made a late charge, went for the bomb slider, didn't work out, and Brochart will be in the redraw. Yankee 2nd. Urish, Spieth, Silby, Gebhardt, Boyd, Runkle, and James Gray rounding it out for the B main. So, Reed Brochart will join the other 5 drivers. I'll get a copy of the redraw, I would imagine, momentarily. They're going to have no warm-up. They're going to go straight to tonight's 30-lap A main. Well, we're glad you're here, everybody. I know a couple of you are normally pavement fans, but we're glad you're here watching the dirt. We hope you're enjoying the show. We have the lineups going to be Krikorian and Nelski in row 1, Gerlach and Barros in row 2, Gray and Brochart in row 3. So the front 2 swapped. That's it. Front row swapped out. That's really all it is. Okay, well, they'll advance the session. We'll get ready for 30 laps. It'll look... Oh, sorry. I saw an image on my on my screen right there that freaked me out. That Lucas Oil, that big logo, popped in behind all the other slideshow stuff and freaked me out. I was like, I don't have that in our rotation. This is how we're going to line them up. That is not correct. Not even close. That is not what, oh, yeah, actually, that is correct. We did not have a redraw. I thought Anelski was quick time. Give me 5 minutes, I can forget anything. Promise you. So we did not get a redraw. So Krikorian and Anelski row 1, Gerlach and Barros row 2, Gray and Brochart row 3, Yankee and Urish in row 5, Spieth and Silby row 6, Gebhardt and Boyd in row 7, or in row 6, I'm sorry, and row 7 is Runkle and James Gray. Ryland Gray going for the sweep. Now that's not what I was sent. That was not the lineup that I was sent, because now it's Gray, Krikorian, Brochart, Gerlach, Anelski, and Barros. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at the list of redraw drivers and not the actual lineup. So it is Ryland Gray with 2 poles back to back. David Krikorian on the outside. Reed Brochart rode 2 to the inside next to Josh Gerlach. And then Wayne Anelski and Billy Barros. I was looking at the wrong half of that. Don't know why. Like I said, you give me 5 minutes, I can forget anything. Good thing I write my name in my underwear. So we'll double up every time, everybody, this lap. We'll get ready to go green.
Green flag.
I'll tell you what, these guys are going to have a hard time getting past that 87 car unless he makes a mistake on the start. He started on the pole last time and sayonara. Took off on the boys. He at one point had over a second lead there before we caught a caution. So same 14 guys, same 30 laps. I think this track does already look a little different. There's a little bit more of a slick line at the lower half of turns 3 and 4, and then it's right at the top of the entry into 1 and 2. They're rolling through it right there. So that may change things a little bit. That didn't show up until about midway of the feature last time. Out of 3 and 4, Rylan Gray is about to get us started for session number 2, RedDriver Mighty Midget Series. Session 2 from Lucas Oil, season opener for the 2024 D season, and away he goes again. Josh Gerlach trying to carve through traffic. There goes Wayne Anelski backwards. Caution. Lap 1, turn 2. Wayne Anelski going to have an issue. Got up a little wide. Gerlach was already there. 2 cars can't occupy the same space. That is simple law of physics. And around goes the 13. Gerlach was getting a run out of 2, and he moved down in the middle to make a run at Krikorian, and Anelski came up off the bottom. No intent, no harm, no foul, really. Anelski will just move to the back, and we'll get a single file restart. Love the quickie cautions. We don't have to sit here for 3 pace laps and then get things going. We get to a or pace lap, maybe 2, and then we're right back at it. A restart from Rylan Gray. Top 3 pretty good. Here comes Barrows. We're going to get caution. Manny Urish, Garrett Boyd going to get together back here, I think. And they're a couple cars apart. Craig Silby. Ooh, Craig Silby got in the back of Urish. Oh, Urish caught a tire, caught Silby, caught Boyd. Ooh, that car destroyed. Right front hanging loose. That car's, yeah, he turned left and the right front tire went right and the left front tire went left, and I got to think that he might be headed for pit road here. But Garrett Boyd already towed back. They'll put what's left of the 21 car in the trailer, and his evening should come to a close unless miraculously they can fix that real quick, which it didn't look good hanging on the fence. Pace truck out of the way, another quickie caution. Man, we're going to go and just take a peek back here. I don't think that car's driving very good. Restart. Beginning of lap number 5. I'm hearing cars banking off the fence already. Let's go back and see if Urish is able to drive it at all. That right front is towed way out anyway. He is going to have his hands full with that car trying to drive it like that, but tis but a scratch, sir. Tis but a scratch. Tiny Dancer, into the chat, man. Your fans were wondering where you were tonight, buddy. I got to tell you. Oh, Tiny Dancer over on the Facebooking right now. Rylan Gray, 0.8 of a second out in front of David Krikorian. Reed Brochart won the LCQ. Started 6th. He's up to 3rd. He's in front of Barros and Gerlach. Both finished in the top 3 in session number 1. And now they're racing for 5th and 4th. Craig Silby 4 spots improved since we dropped the green flag, and he's coming towards the front. He was the fastest in all the practice sessions. Intentionally qualified slow in this session so he could go through the B main and made it through about half the field. And now is trying to get through the other half to get up here to the front. But Rylan Gray is running away from this thing, and he's running right up there at the ragged edge, up by the cushion, all the way around the speedway. He is just driving away slowly from David Krikorian. Krikorian has a gap on Brochart, but Brochart's got company, and he's having to focus, try to keep the 71 and 38 behind him. And I thought Barros was going to go ahead and finish that slider. And when he checked it up, it opened the door for Gerlach, who's going to go to the bottom. Now Brochart slides off the top, gives up both spots, and Gerlach took a spot away from Barros, and Barros gets it right back in 3 and 4 as Gerlach puts the right rear up in the marbles. Well, you're going to have to keep her with you and teach her that she's going to have to become a racer. I think that's the only solution to this. Give her own little wheel and pedals and set her up and let her spin laps on her own. Rylan Gray's out to 2.7 seconds this time. He hadn't had a lead this big all night long, about 1.3 or 4 in the first session. He has doubled that here. He is already at the start-finish line, and David Krikorian wasn't even out of turn 4 yet. Barros got around Gerlach and takes third back. Gerlach's sitting in fourth. Here comes Silby. Slider on Brochart. Almost got Gerlach. He was able to keep it clean, keep it forward. He's going to have the spot. He's in the top 5. He's one of the 2 fastest cars on the track right now. He is just a tiny tick slower than your leader. And he's going to be putting pressure on Josh Gerlach. They're going to run 2 distinctively different lines. Silby up top. I don't think he took his foot off the throttle when the right rear jumped up over the top of that cushion. He just kept power down. Yankee closing in behind, and Bobby Yankee's on a little bit of a run right now. Kind of hung around mid-pack, and we're inside 15 to go. Now he's starting to go forward. Gray losing some distance. Was 2.6, now it's 2.4. David Krikorian is cranking things up a little bit. Down to the bottom, Krikorian. Faster than the leader of the last lap by 2 full tenths of a second. This time, same speed, same time. 15.48, 15.47. Bar caution. Oh, no. Josh Gerlach, did he catch a tire? Getting into 1? Because I thought I saw that black car sideways in 1 and 2. All by his lonesome. No, he's not. Oh, my. He went in. Silby went in super hot and caught the push bar on the 71 car, and just around he went. Silby went in low on that slider line. I think he thought Gerlach was going to run that same slider line and clear. And he was kind of trying to keep the car on the bottom, so he was a little slow getting away from the spot. And Silby got into him and turned him around. At the 10 to go mark. Only the 3rd caution. So you'll see Silby drop to the back with Gerlach. Little tap out rule. Gray, Krikorian, Barros, Brochart, Yankee, Spies, Gebhardt, Runkle, Anelski, Gerlach, and Silby. Urish is 12th. James Gray, Garrett Boyd out of the race. Only 10 laps remaining. We're getting ready to go back to green. That means Ryland Gray will be on the hot shoe, and he'll have to start at the back next week if he can hang on and win the second feature here tonight. On the restart, man, he got a good one. He opened that up quick. Half a dozen car lengths real fast. Krikorian and Barros. I thought Barros was going to go slider line. He didn't. He modified it. Kept the car in the middle. Here comes Steven Spieth late. Tried to thread the needle between Brochart and Yonke. And now he'll pull alongside of Brochart as Yonke edges past. Right through the middle, 55 car. Looks like he's found something in there. Almost a tap. That looked almost like the Sylvie Gerlach tap. Gerlach charging back through. He's on the bottom. He's all the way back up to 7th right now. He's right beside Reed Brochart right there. We're watching Yonke and Spieth go at it. Gray's way out in front. Krikorian's got about 3/10 on Barros. Barros has got about 8/10 on this battle right here. Going to be the wave lap this time by for Ryland Gray. He's into 3 and 4 already. Here comes Gerlach on a charge on the bottom after getting spun out. And Nelski moved Brochart up the hill. And Josh Gerlach making the bottom work for him. Nah, maybe not this time. He might have got in there a little too low. Gray is all the way at the top, and he is using the fluff on the exit of 2. Just a little bit on the exit of 4, 3 laps to go. He is still almost 9/10 of a second ahead. I don't know if Barros is going to be able to mount charge enough to go get Krikorian. Yonke and Gerlach are about to go at it. Yonke's out wide, Gerlach's in the middle, and he had to check the car. That means that Spieth is going to go back by. 3 wide out of 2. Inside 2 to go, coming around to the white flag this time for Ryland Gray. Yonke, Spieth, and Gerlach not done with each other. And this is for 4th, 5th, and 6th. And Gerlach gets them both right there. It's all Ryland Gray tonight. He is going to sweep. Takes home both feature wins. Krikorian second in feature 2. Barros on the podium again. And Gerlach misses it by 1 spot. Yonke 5th. So we have the same podium, save 2nd place. And that's David Krikorian. This time it was Billy Barros the last time. Okay, that's going to work. We will get down here. We'll get Barros back up here. We will get... There's Ryland already. I know David's around here somewhere. I saw his name. There he is. So let's grab the 38. He's going to have 2 podium finishes tonight to open the season, and that's going to be good for points there, Billy.
Yes, it is. That's about the best I could ask for. Like you mentioned last time, this strength of field, you have to be happy anytime you can get up here. So definitely happy about that for sure.
Yeah, a little different order this time, but you're still chasing the 87. Just got that red 66 in between you tonight, and just not able to run him down.
Yeah, no, that's all right. DK was quick. He was doing good. I was kind of rooting for him there to run down Ryland at the end, hoping they could maybe get in the battle and maybe I could get in the mix too, and started following him around the bottom, and it seemed like, man, that really came in at the end there, and we could make some time up, but had nothing really for him in 3 and 4, and just watched them both disappear. So great job to both of them.
All right, man. Well, awesome runs tonight. I'm going to let you give me some shout-outs, and then we're going to look forward to seeing you Monday night.
That sounds good. Yeah, as always, Roger, thank you so much for covering us. Really appreciate what you do. Thanks again to Josh and Robert for putting this whole league together, and RedDriver Marketing Solutions for sponsoring the series. And thanks again to Tommy Brandon for the awesome setup. It treated me well tonight, and I can't wait for the rest of the season.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great night. I will definitely see you on Monday night, sir.
Sounds good. Thanks, Roger.
Billy Barros finishing in 3rd in Session 2. He was 2nd in Session 1. Everybody's chasing Ryland Gray. He's going to have all the points, but... let's grab the driver of the 66. Been a minute since we got to talk to him on the podium. He comes home second in session 2 to open the season. And not a horrible night overall, David.
Yeah, first race we just didn't have track position, had a bad heat race, and everyone was running the top for about the first half of the race, so there was really no chance of really making up ground. Figured out at the end, but it was too late. Got to finally start off with track position this race, and I could smell it this time. I almost wrecked it with about 4 to go, and I think that killed it because I was at least not like way faster, but I was catching the leader. And just, I don't know, if I didn't mess up, I think at 4 to go, 5-4 to go, I think I could have had maybe one chance at a bomb in 3 and 4 coming to checkers.
Well, still a good night. Anytime you can finish on the podium in this league, it is a fantastic run, man. Maybe this is something that you'll get back to the form you were at a couple of seasons ago, and we were seeing you pretty regular on the podium.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it seems like if we got I-55 figured out, it kind of carries over to the other tracks, and I've not been good here since they did the refresh about a year and a half ago, so that's a good sign at least.
All right, man. Well, give me some shout-outs and thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate a great run in Session 2.
Shout out RedDriver for sponsoring the series. Shout out Reed and the rest of the B team. We'll see you again next week.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll see you next Thursday night.
Right,
David Krikorian finishing in second, and he's got the broom out. He sweeps the night. That means he's hot shoe at Cedar Lake next week. But Ryland Gray, they keep giving you the pole. They're gonna keep chasing you all night long, I think.
Yeah, I kind of got lucky there. I wasn't expecting to be on the pole again, but it definitely helps with how this racetrack is.
It looked like you were right up against the top pretty much every time, and you were letting that right rear just slip over the edge and get into that wet stuff on the exit 2 and 4. And once you got out to a second and a half, you were just able to kind of cruise and maintain right there.
Yeah, this place is pretty strange. It's one of the only few tracks that doesn't have a wall you can like bounce off of, so you just have to run off the banking, and it just gets to a point where you're just running off just attack, and you don't have any drive at all, even when you're out of the slick. So when you're on the little cushion, you got to just make all the drive you can, keep the car straight, and kind of maneuver the car to where you can get as much drive as you can. Just keep the momentum up. Momentum's huge in these cars, and it's just all about finding the grip.
Cedar Lake, a little different animal, and you're going to have to start from the back of the first feature. Is that a track that you are comfortable at?
Yeah, I haven't ran that many laps there for, I'd say, probably a good year or two now, but it's always been racy with these cars, even in the old builds. It's just normally 3 and 4 always predominantly goes the slider line if it gets really slick. So as long as it gets slick, I think we got a chance to come from the back and win it again.
All right, man. Shout out some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate an awesome night tonight.
Yeah, again, thank you, Majulis and Say Speed Shop, for all the help they give, and they're a great setup shop. If you need setups, go out and go buy theirs. They got about everything.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and I'll see you next Thursday night, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Ryland Gray, sweeps of the night. I don't know why that just now showed up. I clicked on that a long time ago. That's weird. Let's take a look at our results. Gray, Krikorian, and Barros, 1, 2, 3 this time. Gerlach in 4th, Yonke 5th. Spies 6th, Anelski 7th. Brochart was 8th. Craig Silby 9th. Mike Kepper 10th. Runkle 11th. Urish in 12th this time. James Gray was 13th, and Garrett Boyd early exit tonight. Bad luck for him. Did not complete half the laps, but credited with 14th. Fun night of racing. I love covering this series. These guys are so much fun. The racers are really good here. We were missing a handful, but they still put on a fantastic show. Everybody in here pretty much can win every single night, and so it's kind of like he said, track position, like David Krikorian said, track position. That helps you a ton. So we will look forward to seeing what they can do at Cedar Lake next week. Do not forget about Sunday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. We will get Mars back in action. They are going to do the mini stocks on pavement. This is going to be interesting. First time we'll have mini stocks on the network, and I can't really wait to see how these guys do. That's a great group of guys. They race very well together, And it should be an excellent show. And then Monday night, we're back at it with Dirt Slingers. Tuesday with ERA. Wednesday night, Midwest Truck Series. And we'll be right back here next Thursday night. So, a lot of racing for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Without you, there is no reason for us to do this. Without all the great leagues giving us fantastic racing like you saw here both times tonight in the feature, there is nothing for us to cover, so everybody gets a big pat on the back. Till we see y'all the next time. Peace and love to everybody. Rough side always faces down.